Mike check 1 2. What is this?
What up? What up? That's good.
Man, y'all know, what I mean? Like, we rock it out, you know what I mean? Listening to it every Friday, 8 a.m. Check us out, new shows. Here we are at the Common Sense Experience, brought to you by the Black Podcasters Network. It's me, myself, Amir, right here. And then I get my boy, obviously, every week, rocking out with my boy Pete Rock.
Yes, sir.
And my boy right here, though, you know what I'm saying, though, my boy Chuck Riv.
Yo, we here.
As always, baby, we got to go ahead and give y'all that real. All right, y'all. Before we, as always, before we get into it, man, it's so much going on right now, though, man. I mean, just in the world of politics, sports, and entertainment, everything, you know what I'm saying, though, from the Obamacare and Trump care to the Trump care, and who cares about us? And so, you know what I mean? Is there anything I kind of want to get off that chest before we go ahead and get started into these topics today, y'all?
Yeah. Just a couple of things. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just start it off with the I don't know if y'all heard about it. Boston don't realize they're racist as a city. There's this black baseball player named Adam Jones, played for the Baltimore Orioles, and playing baseball, and like they just call him a nigga out there. You know what I'm saying? There's always competition between fans versus the team that they hate and shit, but they go with the race hate out there, and it caused other people to chime in, like CC Sabathia. Matter of fact, David Price, who is the pitcher of the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz, who is a Boston Red Sox great, who just retired, had mentioned the fact that, Boston fans get pretty racial if their team is losing or if they see another black person on another team whooping their ass. So it just amazes me how, they can come out to Boston strong when the marathon shit hits and all of that and everything like that, but they're going to take responsibility for their own actions. Now, when it comes to this shit, it ain't all of Boston. It's not all of us. Yeah, but y'all the main issue, man. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. And, also Trump trying to take away our insurance and shit. But, we'll get into that. You guys are next.
I mean, this is what it is, though. This is America. I mean, when Colin Kaepernick came here, he came here to Buffalo, man. He said this was the most racism he experienced out of going everywhere that he went. So, I mean, it's all around Boston. Boston has historically been one of the most racist cities in the country. It historically has been that. So, this isn't shocking. This isn't surprising. This isn't even fucking news, to be honest with you. I find way more things more important than the fact that Adam Jones was called a nigga at a baseball game in Boston.
Right.
This is non-news, but they got to report it like they report it, though. But I mean, this isn't shocking. I mean the fact that Boston, like you said, this isn't all of us. It's a lot of you, though. Cut it out. Cut the shit. This wasn't just that person or persons. That's who they are. That's the culture. That's the culture of this country. And look who's in office, nigga.
Yeah.
So, let's not act like we're somehow. No, it is what it is. I mean, most of those people probably wouldn't say it to Adam Jones' face.
Right.
Not individually.
Right.
So, a fan wants to yell out, nigga, go ahead. Jackie Robinson experienced worse.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to dismiss it, but let's stop getting so sensitive about this stuff, though, because it's going to happen.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's not to say that.
Yeah, you're going to say nigga over there, though.
I don't think it's the fact that it's getting sensitive. It's just the fact that, own up to your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, when the whole Boston massacre shit happened, when it was racing and all that, and try to blame it on the Arabs, even though we think it's an inside job, that's conspiracy theorist Pete talking about. We won't go into that. Everybody united strong and this, that, and the third. But when it comes to delving into history of Boston. I mean, shit, Bill Russell wrote about it in his book. He brought the motherfuckers 11 championships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's still with his shit. So now everybody, Kurt Schilling, who used to be a pitcher for Boston Red Sox, can Adam Jones prove it? Can you show us proof? So the white dude wants the black dude to prove it by grabbing the white dude that said it. Like, come on, man. That's the shit that gets me. I know we've been treated like shit for years, but, own up to your shit, man. Just own up to it.
Yeah.
Charles, you want to comment on that? Anything you want to get off your chest before we go ahead and get these topics started today?
Nah, I don't really think I have anything before. I'm really interested in getting into today's topics, man. So I don't have anything.
Charles is ready.
I don't have anything beforehand. So.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead, man, today, man, and kind of get right into it, man. Okay. I guess we kind of touched on it right there, though. So I guess getting right into it. I just I believe it was a couple weeks ago or so, we just ended the first 100 days of the president's term. And, everybody has their opinions on how it was for the first 100 and this and that and, and things that he's done, things that he hasn't done, and, we can talk about the good if that exists, the bad and the ugly of it. So I guess just to kind of go into it, I don't really have to go too far into asking y'all, what are y'all thoughts on some of the things that have transpired? Obviously, you have Trump here now, and then you have obviously the Syria situation, and then Russia and all this stuff. So what are kind of y'all thoughts on the whole Trump's first 100 days, if you will?
Go ahead, Chuck. You want to start it off, big boy.
Well, so he so his first 100 days he signed he signed 90 executive orders.
He said that number again, though, so people understand.
Yeah, he said 90. Yeah, so he signed 90.
That's basically almost one per day.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe one day he couldn't sign them because he was flying somewhere wrong.
He was golfing.
He was golfing, yeah. And it'll take us hours just to dig into all 90 of them, but there was one that particularly stood out. So there's a thing called National Volunteer Week. It happens usually during the week of April 21st, I believe. It's a program where it's they provide food to the elderly, or the Meals on Wheels is what it's better known as. One of the orders he proposed cutting federal funding for the program within his budget. And the first thought that comes to my mind is of all the shit, of all the things where you can cut funding if you're trying to preserve money, why would that be one of them?
Right.
And so it just brings to light. Well, clearly he's a privileged person because he got money when he was born and he was able to build his build his wealth status with it. However, he's not taking into consideration the fact that he's in the same age range as these people who this Meals on Wheels program supports. So it's kind of like, well, damn, he has, I don't know, man. It's one of them things like, well, shit. I mean, like again, I said, there's other ways to cut funding. You can reduce spending, but you chose to stop funding this one particular program. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that the program is going, because that means on the state level, the states can help fund the program, but then the program is not going to get any more support from federal funding.
That's
yeah. And then the second thing is that Jeff Sessions, that name has came up in the media before, and I don't know too much about it. I don't know if one of y'all boys knows a little bit about it, but he was sworn in as the Attorney General within his within the first 100 days of Trump's presidency, and I heard a lot of stuff about Jeff Sessions. So that's interesting when we start seeing his name in the news as well.
Yeah, it's like amazing, right?
Right.
If you would put if you would put the president before this president in this presidency doing the same shit that that this president is doing now, the motherfucker wouldn't last 100 days, bro.
Like, it wouldn't last 100 hours.
This is true.
You probably in the last 48, my dude. Like, it's just crazy to me, you know? Like, it's crazy. You know, like, all of a sudden, we stopped talking about the Russia shit that he in cahoots with. You know, he cut off the funding. I don't know if this is you talking about, Chuck. I'm not the biggest on the government words, but the shit Michelle Obama had funding for, like, the girls and everything, like funding for school and stuff like that. They cut that off. You know, I know everybody tripping on this health bill now, and if you see everything that's floating around, if you have these pre-existing diseases already, you pretty much won't be covered under the new Trump care. But the people that's involved in trying to pass these laws, the billionaires, politicians, they're good. The bill is excluding them. But if you have, you know, AIDS, diabetes, if you have arthritis, if you have any type of pre-existing disease, this new healthcare is saying, fuck you, you're on your own. And I saw a clip, I don't know who it was, I mean, they're all white and looking like, so I don't know their name. I saw a clip of where a senator said, well, as long as you take care of yourself, you won't have these pre-existing diseases already. So therefore, there's a logical reason to have these not included in the healthcare. And it's just like, bro, you look like you just snorted an ounce of coke before you did this interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me, man. It's just like, wow, the shit that's going on right now, that if Obama was doing it, they'll be ready to cut off this man's head. But even though these people voted for Trump, they're finally seeing the backlash that's coming back to them because they voted for the man, but they still refuse to acknowledge the mistake in voting for this man. Gotta let it be right, huh? So, long story short, it's first 100 days is pretty shitty. I'm sorry, I don't see no positivity in it. I don't see no good coming out of it. I didn't see no good in the beginning. So, yep, I give him a F minus F if that's even can happen.
Yeah. I mean, rich, powerful white men are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Destroying the world.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And the fact that we're in 2017, but let's backtrack it to 2013. Let's backtrack it even for 2009. The fact that we even, in both Obamacare and Trump care, still have to have a system in place that has to have a plan to decide how we're going to take care of sick people. It's a sickening thing. Whether you minus things off of the list or not, you know what I'm saying, or add or subtract, it's that simple fact alone. I mean, but you know, this is not shocking. This is not shocking. Anything that he's done or anything that he's gonna do, first 100 days is to be expected. It's to be expected of what he's doing, though, man. And you know, I mean, you got Syria and that whole situation. You know, I mean, we're supposed to be one of the most powerful countries, and yet Russia, it's just the things that people believe. Like Russia, fucking Russia did all that to somehow intervene in our goddamn election process here in the United States of America. Y'all believe that? All right, cool. Go ahead. It doesn't make. I mean, the fuck. So it's just crazy, man. The things that people believe, though. Like right now, here we are in 2017, dude, and I'm just read this. Last week, Judge Madeline Hakala of the U.S. District Court in Birmingham ruled that the city of Gardendale, Alabama, can move forward with its plans to secede from the Jefferson County school system, meaning segregation has been brought back to a county in the city of Alabama, in the state of Alabama, excuse me. Okay? And these things are being, just slide that in real quick. While we're being distracted. Real shit that's affected us. Locally, meaning here in the United States of America, are affecting us. While we're worried about global shit that we don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. In
Russia and all these other places that we're supposed to be so afraid of. And it's sneaking back in segregation. They're starting here. So all this shit that's distraction, that's all this is. This is one big show.
Yeah.
Right. This is one big show. That's all it is though. So the first 100 I don't even call them days. The first 100 episodes of the Trump Show.
Right. Not that as many.
Has been exactly what it was supposed to be. It's predictable. It's like watching Love and Hip Hop or whatever, Black Ink Crew or something. You know exactly. You can tell based off of 1 week what's going to happen next. In fact, they show you after every episode what's going to happen in the next one.
And then we got
what are you shocked for?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, man. It's just, I'm just more shocked at people being shocked, like I said, than actually shocked at the actual actions of what's going on. So, like I said, man, it's the executive orders, all these different things, though, man. I mean, don't tell me that he decided all these things in 100 days. 90 executive orders, they were already in place.
Yeah, of course.
Obama was just there as a smoke and mirror to make you believe in something and then crush your hopes, just like they did with Clinton, with Bush. It is what it is. Just like they did, I forgot who was before Nixon, though, but maybe Gerald Ford, and just like they did with Nixon after Kennedy. Well, his successor was, but this is what it is. This is what they do. They play the games with you, back and forth. Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, good guy, bad guy, good cop, bad cop. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all it's all the same corrupt shit, dude. It's all the same corrupt bullshit that goes on. But yeah, man, this is what it is, though, man. We still got what? How many? What's it? May? Still got 3 years and 7 months, baby.
Yeah.
Tighten up.
That's a long fucking
Tighten
time.
up.
It's not like him to be off of it, man.
Unbelievable. Okay, man. Speaking of a corrupt system, today I'm going to talk about the Dallas police. The Dallas police, who was last year, I believe, when in New Orleans. I forget which part of Louisiana. I think it was it Shreveport? Well, I know it was in New Orleans. It was in New Orleans. And Alton Sterling was killed and was murdered by the police in New Orleans. And in Dallas, was it 3-4 cops were killed? Right?
I believe so. Yeah.
3-4 cops were killed, and we were to mourn their deaths. Now, less than a year later, a young man, 15-year-old boy, shot and killed, murdered by a Dallas police murderer. I'm not going to go officer. and now it's an investigation. And then we find out that he had one story and now has another. Well, I don't know. He wasn't on a stand, but that sounds a bit like, is that perjury? Wouldn't that? I mean, as a cop, I mean, you would think, you know, you would have your story, your story together if that's the truth, and then you change your story. And all the details that have gone on with Jordan Edwards here. And so, you know, the family now, you know, of course, they want the cop convicted of murder, and of course, as we all know, and pretty much all of these cases, they probably won't indict him, and then they'll give the family some money.
Right.
You know, $2-3 million. So I kind of just, you know, to kind of get y'all thoughts on it. The officer's name, by the way, is Roy Oliver. Now they're saying right now he has been charged with murder, but what's the likeliness of him getting off? You know, he's now free on bond. He's free on bond. Murderer. Free on bond. Okay? So, what are kind of y'all thoughts on the situation, though, on the whole Jordan? And kind of just maybe if y'all know he's coming home from a party, something like that, him and I think his brothers, and he was shot as he was in the, I believe, in the back seat. So just kind of get you guys' thoughts on it, man. What are y'all thoughts on it, man? Well, I mean, go ahead, man. Before I go ahead and go ahead.
Thank you. I'm out here and say, let me go, dog. Shit. No, yo, man, it's bullshit. Not only is it bullshit, not only is he a man, he's a fucking liar. First he said the car was reversing like furiously towards them, so he had to protect himself, and then comes out and says he unintentionally misread the information because the car was driving forward, not aggressively, not nothing. It was driving forward. So you shooting at a car driving away. Excuse me. So you lied. That's perjury itself. Isn't that a charge? That's number one. Number two, I don't know if y'all saw this shit recently, but his family put out a statement. He's a loving father. He's a loving husband. He loves kids, but sometimes his PSD, he has PSD, and sometimes it can get to him.
PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder from being in the service, right?
Yes. So okay. First of all, you telling me that he has PTSD? That's telling me he shouldn't have been a fucking cop in the first place. Sure. If loud noises or lights or whatever affects his judgment, he shouldn't have been a fucking cop in the first place. So either he lied on his evaluation, or motherfuckers just simply didn't care. I don't know. But you putting PTSD in children in the same damn Twitter stat, whatever the fuck they say, that's bullshit within itself. The shit that kills me is the excuses they try to give us fucking there, yo. Because all those excuses y'all giving to us, y'all fucking telling us he shouldn't have been a cop in the first place. We're all not dumb. We're all don't just read it. We all don't just read the news and say, oh well, that must be the case. No, motherfucker, we smarter than that. This nigga need to go to jail. Point blank, period. And it's ridiculous, man. Like, you got a 15-year-old boy shot and murdered, killed. And another thing that kills me, they so quick to say he was an honor roll student. He was such a good kid. He was going to graduate. He was such an outstanding student. What they got to do with him getting killed? That has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
So all the information you give us about this young man is irrelevant. Give us justice, man. And firing him, so let me get this straight. When a cop fucks up on his job and murders a kid, he just get fired? That's all it is? Let me try to steal a fucking calendar from my job so I can bring it home so my wife can keep up with her doctor's appointments and shit. they might try to charge me with the bullshit of stealing the calendar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just bullshit to me, man. It's all bullshit at the end of the day. And you can't bullshit us all. And I'm sorry to say this, I don't give a fuck who's listening in, could be the CIA, could be whatever. But until one of them get hurt, until one of them know what it's like to lose someone for no fucking reason, this shit is gonna keep happening, man. It's gonna keep happening. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I want to keep going, but I know my other two brothers want to speak. But at the end of the day, this motherfucker need to be tried and convicted of murder. Plain and simple, man. 15 years old, going to a house party. His big brother driving his mom's car so they can go to a house party and have some fucking fun. You kidding me, man? 15, dog. Yeah, I know it's not new. I know this shit been happening for years, but I can't get used to this shit. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I got kids of my own, bro. It's not something you're supposed to get fucking used to. That mother is not supposed to be crying right now over a dead son who just wanted to go party with his family and with his brothers and have fun. That's all her son wanted to do. It's like, yo, man, come on, man. It's fucked up, dog. Somebody chime in, man. Cause I ain't gonna stop. Fucked up.
Yeah, man. It's one of them things where it's like you're right, Pete. We can't get used to it. While at the same time, we're not surprised that shit like this is still continuing to happen. I was able to watch a little bit of what happened, and it's crazy because the kid, his name is Jordan Edwards. He was a great kid, man. Straight A student at school, didn't get in any trouble. He wasn't even drinking while he was at the party. The only reason they left the party early because they heard gunshots, which is crazy, right? They left the party because they heard gunshots, and then one of them ended up getting killed by
That was the fucking cops shooting outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things, man. And well, I mean, you alluded to it earlier. Yeah, he's been for initially. The police chief was trying to justify Roy Oliver's actions, but then he rescinded some of his statements and eventually ended up firing him. But I mean, we've seen the story before. Whether it's death duty, whether they're fired, they're initially charged, but then he's going to be acquitted for some technicality in the case, and it's going to be business as usual for him and his family. But then the Edwards family have now lost an amazing kid. So the biggest thing, and I mean, I didn't know this, or Pete, you may have said it, that he suffers from PTSD, which is, if I'm not mistaken, which is considered a clinical diagnosis. So if he has that diagnosis, there's and they use that in the case, there's a good chance that he's going to get off based off that technicality.
Of course. Even though he shouldn't have been a fucking cop in the first place, man. And not to disagree with what you said, Chuck, because, he was a good kid. But I don't give a fuck if he was out there smoking weed on the porch, bro.
Yeah.
He's 15 years old. He had a whole life to go. It doesn't matter what his grades was. It doesn't matter if he was an honor roll student or not. That shit doesn't matter, man. It doesn't fucking matter. Why does that shit matter when it comes to our kids getting killed?
Yeah.
But it don't matter to nobody fucking else, man. It don't matter when Dylan Roof do dumb shit, when he out there murdering people. It don't matter when the white dude came all the way to New York just to kill a black man. The motherfuckers don't go shit based off their past or off their school record. That's bullshit, man. And you spitting it, and truth be told, you spitting in my face when you say shit like that. You disrespecting us when you say shit like that. All kids ain't bad. And all kids that do dumb shit ain't bad either. He's 15. We all did dumb shit at 15, 16, 17. Shit, 21. We all did dumb shit. Kids do dumb shit. That don't give them the right to kill them.
No.
Sorry, man, but they kept saying that shit about his grades and all that. Who gives a fuck, yo?
Yeah. You're right, man. It's one of them things is where they the media does it. They unfortunately do such a great job of painting these pictures. With the whole Trayvon Martin situation where, he had this hoodie and they were showing pictures of him, and I don't know if it was smoking weed, but the media paints these pictures of how they want the victim and then the suspect to look. So now we're looking at Roy Oliver as a victim in this situation because he has PTSD.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. It's utterly amazing. It really is. But this is nothing new, right? I mean, this has been going on for decades, longer than that. But we get to the point where it's like, what can be done? What has to be done? And I know we've talked about it on several podcasts of what we think the strategy would be to help resolve some of these issues. But at the end of the day, man, I don't know. It's heartbreaking, man. It really is. It really is heartbreaking.
It's that before you go in there, I just want to say, you and Chuck alluded to it, and if y'all hear it, Chuck said it several times. It's nothing new. He kept saying it. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Yeah. And we all know it's nothing new. But that even that shit in itself is fucked up to say, bro.
Yeah.
It's nothing new to have these black kids being killed by people who are supposed to serve and protect us. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Why the fuck do we have to keep saying that shit? We know it's nothing new, but that's fucked up within itself. It's not right, man. And it's not cool to have these motherfuckers think that they know their kids get killed every day. This shit ain't nothing new. That's what they go off of, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up, bro. My bad, man. I keep banging heads in the show. Y'all go ahead, man. But those words right there is nothing new.
What terrorism is, and then who defines what's traumatic? Because when killings are going on in Buffalo, in Chicago, the hands of black on black crime, and then they label the people who killed them as monsters. They label them as being, these out of control, demonic fueled, just thirsty for violence people. But they never mention their conditions. They never mention what they have to go through on a daily basis, ill-educated, the drug-infested communities in which they come from. They never mention the fact of certain laws that take fathers out of the houses. They never mention these things that are traumatic. To me, that's post-traumatic stress disorder. In fact, that's pre-traumatic stress disorder because you're going through that before you're born while you're in the womb. You're coming into this and then be sent out into the world and told to be normal. You're now an adult. You're 18 and sent out into this jungle after dealing with all of what you deal with. And again, they pick and choose the ones who are strong enough or have enough around them that family support or what have you, or different mentors who are able to overcome. But being able to overcome something doesn't mean you didn't go through it. So they changed the narrative, as I like to say. So now these are monsters, and this police officer is post-traumatic. We didn't decide to grow up in the ghetto. We didn't decide to live in these communities that are drug-ridden and where the education system is, ill. We didn't decide for this. This is what we were born into. That man decided to go to the Army. That man decided to go to whatever military branch that is, and is dealing with the ill. I don't know. But if he is, like you said, he shouldn't be a cop in the fucking first place, though. But, Pete, you know, them getting killed and dealing with what they're dealing with and having to deal with the same thing that we would deal with if one of them was killed, wouldn't change it. It wouldn't change it at all. Not one damn bit. They're going to be who they are. That's who the fuck they are. Regardless, if we rebel, regardless if one of them are killed, there's not going to be a bit of sympathy or empathy they're going to have now and say, oh my God. No. Hell no. This is who the fuck they've been, and this is who the fuck they're going to continue to be. So we have to change our belief in them and getting to a belief and getting to the point where we go ahead and say, this is who they are. Let's start worrying about them fucking changing. And let's change our thought process and work on ourselves. Because they're going to be whoever the fuck they're going to be. That's who the fuck they've always been. It's not going to fucking matter. White cops have had people in their families that have been killed. Probably by the hands of some black people. Some government officials. It's not going to change. It's not going to fucking change. You're not going to go, oh my God. Now we see what you guys are going through. No way. No fucking way. This is who they are. They're monsters. They all feed on the weak. This is what they do. This is their history. I mean, shit. You think after 9/11, the government didn't say, you know what? We've been bombing them. We kind of deserve this shit. Hell no. Hell fucking no. This is who they are. So we have to stop this shit. It will. Like I said, unfortunately, it's nothing new, and it's even more unfortunate to say that it'll probably happen again. So we have to get to that point, because this shit right here is their mentality, man. This is who the fuck they are. This is who the fuck this government is. The fuck this system is. You know what I'm saying, though, and you know the fact that, like you said, they're gonna get off, and again, the family's gonna get paid. He had post-traumatic stress disorder. He might be sent to a mental institution for a little bit.
Yeah.
For a little while. Until things kind of blow over. Then they'll find somewhere to live, like Boulder, Colorado. You know. And, you know, everything will go as normal. This is what the fuck it is, man. It's like you say, it's sad. It's sad as fuck, man, but we have to stop believing in them to change. Stop having faith in this system and in these police, and you know, and I'm pretty sure somewhere at some black party, some goofy ass niggas will have a cop dancing at the party eating barbecue. Let's all join together. You dumb fuck. They play the same game. I remember after Eric Gardner was shot, they showed a police officer at a party in the street dancing with a bunch of black folks. Like, hey, see, this is what it is. This is what we need. Fuck out of here. Man was choked to death. You got a cop up here dancing to black music. And that's supposed to go ahead and be equal? This is the change you want, you dumb fuck?
Y'all see that picture of the white cop with the black kids with the glasses? And these motherfuckers eating potato chips together, my G.
Nigga!
Not nutrition shit.
You out of your fucking mind?
Wise. You motherfuckers eating red chips. Like, yeah, this is what it's all about. Let's continue eating this dumb shit, but they with a cop that he's giving. Fucking
like, for real, man.
Come on, man.
We giving so damn cheap. They know they can do this again. And again, and again. And then throw a block party. Give the niggas some chicken. Go out there. Barbecue. Show them that we're not like that cop. And then do it again. So,
yeah.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, and you know, obviously, man. Pretty short a week or two. You know, we have another unfortunate, situation, and it's just we have to stop having this faith and allowing them to go ahead and just believe in them with no real concrete proof that they're gonna change. That's what the fuck they are. That's what the fuck they've been. That's what the fuck they're always gonna be, man.
Yeah, before you switch, man. Before you switch. Before you switch, I just wanted to say you in the beginning you stated the word terrorism, and I just grabbed the definition real quick. The unlawful use or threat of violence, especially against the state or the public, as a politically motivated means of attack or coercion. Violent and intimidating gang activity, street terrorism. The unlawful use of threat or violence, especially against the state or the public, as a politically motivated means of attack or coercion. Tell me this definition doesn't sound like what the fuck the cops been doing for years.
Dude.
Tell me that's not the definition. Tell me what they're doing is not the definition that I just read.
Let me tell you something. If Alibaba and them are coming down the street and some cops coming down the street, I'm gonna feel a lot more safe walking towards where Alibaba and them is at. But they're supposed to be the face of terrorism.
Yeah.
You're not alone on that.
I'd feel more safe if I was in Fallujah. And if American cops was walking towards me and some motherfuckers down there who was supposed to be Al Qaeda, I at least wouldn't know which way was safer. Oh shit.
Right.
I'm just gonna cut myself. Fuck it. At least I'm gonna go out on my own terms. Where's the knife? Oh man, it's unbelievable, man. Yeah, they're a terrorist group. They're a fucking terrorist group. They're a fucking terrorist group, man. Yo, man. So we can get into more on that, though, man. I'm sure we will on other topics about the police, man, the crooked system and everything, though, man. But, recently, man, in the NFL draft, I believe the 48th pick by the Cincinnati Bengals was a guy, Oklahoma running back, Joe Mixon. Now, Joe Mixon, believe it was now 3 years ago, a video surfaced where Joe Mixon struck this young young lady, while he was at a restaurant or something of that nature. Now in the video, it's very clear they were having a conversation, him, the girl, and then another white young man. As they were talking or whatever, though, you know what I'm saying, though, the white man kind of goes and turns away, and then he's kind of talking, Joe Mixon's kind of talking to the white girl, and then he turns away from her to talk to the guy. Now, he looks seemingly pissed about something. Now, the white girl gets up from the table. She's like leaning over the table. She gets up from the table, and then she goes and pushes Joe Mixon. Now, he bucks at her. You know what I'm saying? Do we know? Niggas, y'all know what it is. You know what it is when you buck. You bucked at her.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to jump back a little bit, and then proceeded to get back into his face and slap him, in which she was struck with a fist. He then walked off. It seemed not real fast, but enough where I'm getting the fuck up out of here because I just did some dumbass shit. I just realized what the fuck, holy shit. And he got up out of there. Now, everybody wants to go ahead and demonize him and, of course, make him out to be the face of domestic violence and abuse against women. And in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, though, it's just kind of like, well, it just seems like in this incident, where is the onus for the responsibility of the woman to have some level of composure? You know what I'm saying, though? And why does it seem like the guy who's reacting to an action is now in the wrong, but there's no type of responsibility she's supposed to have in not doing what she did in the first place to even have this situation even happen. So it just seems like we're kind of giving the narrative that, okay, in no way should a man hit a woman. But we're not also saying that women should do whatever, shouldn't be out here hitting men either, though, and doing these sort of things, though. So what are kind of your thoughts just on, I guess, on the whole Joe Mixon situation as it pertains to that singularly? And what are your whole thoughts on domestic violence, though? And why aren't women held to a standard of having responsibility? It's almost as like they can just go crazy and do whatever the fuck they want, throw pots and pans at you and whatever, and damn near throw everything in the house at you in those type of situations, or out in public and do whatever they want. But yet men are just supposed to go ahead and just either just you walk away, or if she's hitting on you, you know what I'm saying, don't just you know, cover yourself like Ari Spears did when Zoe Williams was beating his ass. But so just kind of your thoughts on that, man.
Go ahead, Seth.
I'm a bad Pete. Yeah, so I'm actually watching the video right now, and I mean, for one, he punched the shit out of her, and
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and it wasn't one of those like it wasn't one of those. Yeah, and the way his whole body stands was like he was trying to knock her out, like that, but she provoked. Now I'm against men hitting women. I'm 100%. I'm in any situation. First thing to do should be to walk away.
Okay.
However, in this particular context, you know, and he's a young guy. He's 20 years old, which I mean, age really doesn't. You know,
at the time, he was only 18, by the way.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. He's only 18 at the time. So you know, like I said, she pushes him. He bucks at her, and then she grabs him like a little bit, and then she slaps him. And he hits her with the right hook, and he walks out to the restaurant.
Cool Breeze, watch out for the
hook. But you pose a good question, because it's like, well, society is expecting men to hold these particular standards, but why aren't women held to the same standards? Why is it okay for a woman to hit a man, but then when a man defends him, not necessarily even him initiating, when a man is defending himself, he's looked at as this savage beast.
Right.
You know, so it's all of course, and this is a white woman and a black man, so we already know how that shit unfolded and how it's continuing to unfold. Right? It just
that's
doesn't.
That's why they got the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, right. But everybody in the restaurant is white, so that on top, that adds to the fact that this is a black young 18-year-old kid punches a white girl and walks out of the restaurant. Right? So that within itself is just that's like pot of gold to the fucking media when they want to start painting these images of black men.
Right.
But then they're not going to address the woman and her actions and what she did that caused her to get hit. Like, again, I'm not justifying it, but if she would have never pushed, if she would have never slapped him, she wouldn't have got hit. Right? I mean, that's the general assumption, right? She pushed him. She pushed him. He bucked at her. Right. She kind of grabbed him and slapped him, and he punched her. Like it's a natural chain of events. And he walked out of the restaurant because he already knew what time it was. So it's and then I think the Bengals, the Bengals actually wrote I just saw it too, but the Bengals wrote a letter or a public statement on why they still drafted Joe Mixon, and ultimately because of money, right? I mean, he's going to be a top running back in the NFL. He's going to make them a lot of money. It's like, you know what? Let's get one man, but let's get this fucking money. That's pretty much what they're saying. Like, we got some PR people. We can handle the PR situation. Look, you just come to play with us, and you make us some fucking money. That's just my opinion. I could be way off, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I dig it. Fellas, you know me, going off the rails for a minute, but I want to ask you a question. Does this sound like somebody that will cause issues in the NFL as well? This person faced charges that included third-degree assault, second-degree harassment, second-degree menacing. He was kicked off the Clemson football team for conduct detrimental to the program. He was bitched during games. He threatened to pull out an AR-15 from his trunk in Mississippi. Does this sound like you ain't got issues, right?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody that would cause some trouble. Yeah.
It sounds like a little fucked up. Yeah, his name is Chad Kelly. He's Jim Kelly's nephew, and the Denver Broncos picked him up. The Denver Broncos picked him up as the last pick of the draft. So he's the Mr. Irrelevant. He's the last pick of the draft. But
Mr. Irrelevant, that's what they call him, right?
Yeah. Y'all really haven't heard about these issues in the news or nothing, have you? Chuck or Amir, have y'all heard about these situations?
About what did you say?
Have you heard about what I just read to you? Have you seen that on CNN or in the news about this
I've heard about Chad Kelly. Yeah. When you had brought it up, Clemson kind of threw me off, but when you said Chad Kelly, it all came to me. I've heard about him.
Yeah. I know you read up on sports, you look at it, but like for the casual fan like a Chuck, have you seen this on CNN or the news or anything?
No.
Or have you heard about? Yeah. This shit wasn't talked about during the draft either, but let's get to what I just thought that was interesting to me. Joe Mixon this, Joe Mixon. All he kind of had was this really good incident, and what you hear about cats trying to pull out AR-15s and jumping security at the bar and shit. But hey, let's pick him up. To answer your question, I feel there's no reaction without an action. So if the action didn't occur, I don't think that reaction would have happened. So what we did was dead wrong. Shouldn't put your hands on a female, especially knocking her the fuck out like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. That wasn't cool at all. You know what I mean? But you're talking to an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid pumped up full of energy who just got smacked. He's a star football player, just got smacked in the face, getting pushed on in front of everybody. No excuse, but everybody do dumb shit at 18. That was definitely some dumb shit. But I feel like you should also, you definitely tell your daughters. I'm blessed with 2 sons. I'm married. I have a mom. I have a sister. I feel you should definitely tell your daughters don't start an action to cause that type of reaction.
Exactly.
It's best to stay out those types of situations. Don't get yourself into that type of situation. Now, granted, sometimes shit happen. You might just deal with a dickhead that like to beat on women. You might just deal with a situation where you're involved with somebody that has no excuse, has no crime, has no reason to put their hands on you, but they might put their hands on you. Fuck them. That's asshole mindedness. That's not cool. But if you would spark a situation, example, getting a guy's face, put your hands on him, spit on him, smack him, whatever you do to cause a reaction, don't do that. Because the reaction 9 times out of 10 is going to be what Joe Mixon did, especially at a young age like that. So, please, that should also be said as well. And Joe, go ahead. My bad. Now, I was just going to say, you also want to tell your sons, no matter what, don't put your hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Right. Protect yourself at all times. But putting your hands on a woman is not going to solve any issue. It's going to bring more issue. It's going to be more trauma. But I will tell you to protect yourself at all times.
Okay, if we were hearing this hearsay, let's say, for instance, we just heard about this on, from witnesses and everything, and then we found out what happened. Okay, maybe you got me. There's a video.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, when someone slaps you in the face, that's assault. Am I right or wrong?
You're right, 100%.
Shouldn't she be arrested? And even if its reaction is not ideal, if someone strikes you, you have the right, male or female, to strike back. Am I right or wrong?
That's accurate as well, sir.
Now, in the court of public opinion, and even my own, and from what y'all said, and your own, I believe his reaction was absolutely unnecessary and wrong. I do.
Right.
But it was a reaction to an action. Mm-hmm. That bitch should have been charged.
Yeah.
Because there's video proof.
Yeah.
That's assault. Doesn't matter if he's strong enough where it didn't affect him.
Right.
Bitch, you got in his face, pushed him, and then slapped him. That's assault. He didn't pull out a rifle. He knocked your ass out. And the reaction, see what you say about women out here who just starting stuff, the reaction of everyone else in there who probably knows her, that's what that bitch does.
Right.
That's what that bitch does. Because
right.
Even her friends didn't react initially. They should have grabbed her. But they was tired of her ass.
I told Brittany to calm down.
I'm tired of dealing with this bitch. I was tired. Because he was talking to the dude. So for her to get in his face, the dude had to recognize that he's no longer being talked to by this dude. So she got in his face. Nobody tried to pull her away. Jump in. Nothing. That's what the fuck she does. And she ran into the wrong nigga on the wrong day. And that's what we saying, man. We have to teach our young girls that, look, yes, no man should put his hands on you, especially without being warranted. We got just arguing or something like that, though, or even whatever, though. We have to teach our girls self-control as well. We can't just teach our boys self-control and not our girls. It's not okay what's going on Love and Hip Hop and Real Housewives of Atlanta for you to act like you ain't got no goddamn sense. You're jumping over tables and throwing fucking drinks in motherfuckers' faces. That's not how human beings are supposed to fucking act. It's because it might get you on a show and a little bit of falsified fame. That's not cute. It's not you being a strong woman. Especially being a strong black woman, because they love to put that on as being a strong black. That's not what's up. To be Duchess, all these other dumbass people.
I'm sorry.
On fucking TV. It's not fucking cute to fucking be talking to a woman. She walks away, then mace her. It's not cute. It's not strong. And you ain't white. So guess what? If it had knocked your ass out, guess what it would have been? World Star.
You've been the first
not
pick.
TMZ. Believe that. It's almost like, it almost seems like to go in the NFL, beyond your contract, you also get, you pick and choose. You want a rape charge or a domestic violence charge? Which one you want? You're going to get one, nigga. You might get both. Don't fuck around. Which one you want? It's going to be a charge. Maybe you won't get actually convicted, but it's going to be a charge. You're going to have a charge in your record. In the court of public opinion, you're going to already have been convicted of it. What you want, nigga? But this video, again, like we were talking about with the cops and killing our young black boys. Here's a video, so we ain't gotta speculate. The bitch smacked him in the face. Let that have been true Trisha Loquacious. Smacking Darnell in the face.
Mm-hmm.
World Star! Yup, see them black bitches is out of control. This one? Oh, poor her. White girl who, by the way, has a record. This white girl has a record. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about her violent history. What she does. She does have a record. You can look it up. So it's just, man, it's just crazy how they just go ahead and try to change things around, man. Though, you know what I'm saying, though, to fit for them, though. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not for domestic. People be like, man, what if, like you said, people like, if you had brothers and sisters, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? What would you do if that was your? I mean, what would you do if that was your sister? That was your mother. Listen, of course we're gonna fight the motherfucker. We're gonna find the motherfucker. But I'm gonna sit my mom down and tell her, don't you ever get in the motherfucker's face and think you a man. You come and get us first.
Right.
And even then, certain situations, especially if it's like a cousin of mine or something who's just out here just wilding on niggas because she thinks she can get away with it. You got this. This is it. The next time I hear a motherfucker, you got in a motherfucker's face and got your ass knocked out, the only thing I'm doing is visiting you in the hospital. Real shit. What the fuck you doing? You putting me in jeopardy now. Now you risking me for prison because you stupid.
What was that shit Kevin Hart said in his stand up? He was like, we out on the date and you get hit. You just got knocked the fuck out. I'm gonna ask you.
You know, I've been saying the name of comedy though, but it's like we have to teach our women self-control. You out here like you know, I always reference, you know, I reference my boy Patrice though. You know what I'm saying though, but he was like, yo, you saying when you told this big motherfucker who was here, when you told him to shut the fuck up and got in his face, what was your next move? Because now you're looking for me. You're looking for me to go ahead and do some shit because your ass don't got self-control. Now I got to deal with this big motherfucker because of your mouth. So, man, you know, both self-control goes both ways, man. It's not, you know, it's not gender-specific. It's both, man, and we have to go ahead and make sure that we are teaching, like you said, teaching our young boys to go ahead and be respectful, not to just go out hitting women. And to do that, though, we also have to teach our girls, you know what I'm saying, self-control, man. You know what I'm saying, though, and, you know, they're not going to deal with you as a black woman the same way they're going to deal with you as a white woman. It's just not. They're not.
Facts.
Yeah.
Motherfucking facts.
Speak it.
All right, just to kind of go ahead and round it out, though, with these last couple questions here, though. Just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, Charles, and I know you was going to try to play the video earlier, though, and so I know you kind of up on the whole conversation or whatever, though, and Pete. You know, obviously, I know you listened to the conversation between Lil Yachty and Joe Budden. I mean, obviously now what we're having is the old generation, which is kind of our generation now. When you think about it, Joe Budden's, 35, 36, 37, whatever. And so, you know, kind of the older heads and the new kids that's out right now.
And so, heads, don't use that term older heads, man. If we're the same age as Joe Budden, don't use that term older heads.
Right. Like, you know, at best he would have been a senior and we were freshmen. So
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Junior, sophomores. Pete might have been the freshman.
Yeah.
So just kind of go into the conversation, though. Yeah, you know. So just kind of go into the conversation, though. Like, you know, I guess it seemed like Lil Yachty's whole idea was more or less talking about the money aspect of it, the monetary aspect of it. This is my brand, this and that, and things like that. And then Joe Budden was coming less, you know, asking him, do you really know about the business, 360 deals? Do you really respect the culture and this different things, though? It's kind of like the battle we kind of had just with a whole plethora of issues, you know what I'm saying, between, you know what I'm saying, though, young and old, or, you know what I'm saying, though, or people in their 20s, people in their 30s, and people in their 30s I have issues, you know what I'm saying, since conversations with people in their 40s and so on and so forth. And so, just to kind of get your idea, though, are we being kind of hard on the young generation when they try to describe what maybe their whole swag is or whatever, though? Or is it simply a case of, look, yeah, do your thing, but just have a respect for what came before you and what you're standing on, or saying, or are we just being archaic and what have you? Like, kind of, what's your thoughts on it? And just maybe some things, more things I can add to that was talked about within the interview.
Yeah, man. Joe is being the old head trying to teach the youngin because he was in that position before. And first of all, the joint come on every day. It's like a 40-minute joint. They just started it, some complex shit. It's pretty cool. They touch on topics and shit. Yachty was their first guest. But it was a few things that and of course Joe's demeanor and shit, how he get down, yelling and all that. He's an emotional dude. I kind of dig him because I'm passionate. When you're passionate about a craft and when you love so much, or you did it, you would do it for no bread, you know what I'm saying? You do it because you love it and everything like that. You tend to get passionate about that craft. I want to make sure that it's done right and it continues the legacy of some good-ass music. You know what I mean? But anyway, to get to the point, the man ain't know Yachty ain't know what a 360 deal was. You know what I'm saying? When they asked him was he a 360 deal, he's like, what is that? What do you mean? Like, a deal you in? Like, this, at 19, this is the shit Joey's been through because he came into the game at 19, 20. So he telling him, dude, know your business. Know the shit that you're doing. I mean, have fun. You're 19, you're going to blow money. And he was like, yeah, I blew money. You know what I'm saying? Bought chains with, enjoy your life. But, you know what I'm saying? Just to have something after this music shit, continue to, know your business. Learn your business. You know what I'm saying? I think people get mad at the wrong shit. Joey had a valid point about the Hot 97 interview that Yachty had with Ebro in the morning in Rosenberg over there, Hot 97. They got pissed because they asked him about Biggie, and he didn't know about Biggie. I'm like, the man 19, when Biggie died, I don't even think he was born yet. If he's 19 now, I'm saying what, Biggie died in what, 94? I don't know. I ain't thinking about that shit. He died in 97, so if anything, he'd probably been a baby or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain shit they're not going to know. But it's just, I think Joe just wants him to be on his shit. Like, just don't get fucked over by these companies because they don't care about your well-being. They don't care about you. As long as you can make money for them, that's all they about. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be about your bread, but also be about your business. I think that was the whole aspect where Joey was coming from. And also, sometimes shit can get gimmicky in hip-hop. So, like, as a realist, and when it's coming from the heart, it's like, are you doing this for the love, or are you doing it because, the label telling you to? Like, for example, I guess he, I don't know, boy saw Lil Yachty's cover photo and shit. You got a lesbian couple, you all that shit. You got a overweight kid or whatever, and Yachty talking about, I did that shit because, it's not cool to be weird or whatever the fuck. So, I don't know, it was a tug of war with that conversation because it's like, all right, bro, was that on some real shit? Is that how you feel? Or is that just the capitalist motherfuckers trying to capitalize on something? So it was a lot of tug back and forth with that. But overall, I suggest folks check out the whole joint. It definitely was a good interview.
Charles, your thoughts?
Yeah, Pete actually, Pete ended with what I was going to start with, and because I didn't watch the entire interview, I did watch the beginning portion where they were talking about Joe Budden was trying to get his understanding of the reason why Lil Yachty put that type of album cover together, and mentioned something along. He wanted to bring he wanted people to be happy. I think that's the word he used. He wanted people to be happy with whatever they are. So he had homosexuals on the cover. He had the president heard vitiligo. So he was saying, yeah, you should be happy regardless of, regardless of whatever the situation or whatever choices you're making. And I think where Joe Budden was coming from was more so of an image portrayal perspective. Right. Like, what image? Because you're the artist that young people are looking up to. What image are you portraying? And Joe Budden asked him. Okay, he said so Joe Budden actually gave him the album. He's like, okay, you got the album, but he said, I think Joe Budden said it's inconsistent with your music. And I think that's the whole issue. Joe Budden, he was trying to get him like, all right, well, I respect the fact that you're trying to do what you're doing with your album cover, but your fucking music says something different. So you're contradicting yourself, and that's not good.
Right.
You know, and I think and I don't know if it's Lil Yachty, on one of his other album covers, he's in a dress with like an umbrella. Is that him or is that somebody else?
That's Young Thug. That's Young Thug.
Oh, that's Young Thug. So, you know, even Young Thug, man, it's like, well, damn, man. And you look at the difference from the music that's out now. Like the music we listen to, it had a more masculine, like a more manly, like theme to that shit. And after you think about, you know, DMX, Jay, Biggie, but Joe Budden, his shit when he came out in the beginning was hard as shit.
Although Biggie has said some very conscious stuff.
Yeah,
shit.
DMX did too. It just wasn't up. Or they never been in jail before, something. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't out like it is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like now.
With all due respect, he was introduced by the world by Mr. C. So.
Yeah.
And Diddy.
Yeah. And Diddy.
So, you know.
But
it was more hating back then.
Yeah. It was, but I think that back then it was more. Yeah. Most of the rappers experienced or went through the shit that they rapped about.
Right.
So,
you know, Jay-Z, you know, we know before Jay-Z got into the hit light, he was in the streets. DMX, you know, man, his shit. I was on a DMX binge the other day, dog. Just listening to all this old shit, man. And but the music today is like, I don't know, man. It's they're singing more than they're rapping, and then you can barely understand what the fuck they're even saying.
Anything melodic.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know, man. It's one of the things where I see Joe Budden's frustration.
Right.
Yeah.
And he even called himself. He said, I think he referred to himself as a bitter man or whatever. He said, whatever you want to call it, I'm bitter, or whatever. But coming from his perspective, like, look,
everything is hate nowadays. Everything is hate now. That's the power. Your opinion, whatever the fuck. Everything is hate nowadays. So if niggas look at Joe Budden as an old man, get off my lawn, nigga that's hating. And he's just trying to get a game, you know?
Yeah. But what's crazy is, yeah, man, I don't know. It's weird, man. But Joe Budden album, I think it's Rage Against the Machine or War Against the Machine. That shit is fire, man. That shit is like
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, that shit right.
Man, that nigga has some messages on that fucking album, man. That shit is crazy. But the young generation, the millennials, like, they're not listening to that. They're listening to Young Thug. They're listening to Lil Yachty. They're listening to Future. I can't stand those motherfuckers, man. I can't. At all. Like, for Future, like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't no Future. Get out of here. Call him Future Vandross. Future Vandross. That's a fucking disrespect, man. Get out of here.
Charles, you touched on it, and the reason why we are where we are, I mean, it's very simple. It's very easy to kind of figure out. Once you peel back, as P always says, peel back the onion layers.
Right.
At the end of the day, the reason why people spoke about what they went through, because hip hop was controlled by us. Now hip hop is defined by the powers that be. So your chart numbers, how many albums you sold, you didn't go platinum, you didn't go gold. How many performances you did at American Music Awards, and where can you go? And I'm in Turks and Caicos, and you not nan.
Right.
And all these different things, and then so now it's a reflection of that. It's not a reflection of us in the community who are still here and dealing with what we're dealing with and speaking to the voiceless. Is speaking to other people. And if you're not trying to be like the other people, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, though, and if you're not in this type of gear and this and that or whatever, though, this is how you're defined. You know what I'm saying? So the culture was about us and the music and the vibes, the vibrations, and speaking about injustices and these different things. And of course, we had our party music, obviously, because, you know, you need to get away every once in a while. You can't be locked in all the time, or you go fucking crazy. But You know, saying this is what we're dealing with. So now, who does he speak to? Well, he's speaking to the faggots now. Well, who runs the industry? Gay people. Yep. Clive Davis, gay. With a fucking guy from fucking Mr. Motherfucking from Virgin Records, gay. So no, yeah, of course we gotta put a gay person. We gotta put a gay person here, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it seem like gay is more or less for all the people who are on the outside. No, they're the people that run shit. So that's what we do. So that's what they have in the goddamn photo with him, and that's how they. This is what they want the image to be out, and they're using him the same way they use Lil Wayne, the same way they use all these other people, same way they're using Jay-Z and Diddy. What do Jay-Z and Diddy do? Tell you, listen, and listen, when you really think about it, you break it down. All this music does is create a system of of not just violence, but just over obsession and greed. And the people who are in the forefront, Jay-Z and Diddy, are constantly telling you every day how broke you are. And that's defined. And so what do women look at you as? They don't look to build you up. They look to tear you down if you don't have anything. And to take from you. This is what our women do. So this is what has been incorporated. This is what it is. This is what we're dealing with. Because we have sold hip hop cheap. Just like we sold rock and roll and everything else, as I always say. We gave it to them, and now they give it back to us and tell us what is hip hop. We made it. We made it and created it. They bought it, then sold it back to us. Not even sold it back to us. I'm making us go ahead and purchase little bits of it and then tell us what defines us as great hip-hop. Like I said, I don't know how many albums Illmatic sold. And I don't care. I don't know how many albums Eric B. and Rakim sold, Big Daddy Kane. Shit, Reasonable Doubt. You can look it up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many albums. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. These things don't matter. They spoke to me. Now this music doesn't speak to you. Very rarely, unless you got a Kendrick and J. Cole. And of course you know, like I said, sometimes even in the midst of it all, God still works. So he allows the Kendrick and the J. Cole to come out. But amongst the madness. So the madness still is 90% of it, if not 95. Because we've allowed that. It's like I said, we sell everything. We sell our faith. We sell our hope. We sell what we build cheap. And this is the end result. Lil Yachty. It's just fucking straight out the Wonka factory.
Right.
You're turning faggot. This is what it is. This is what it is, man. So look, man, it's not shocking that a Lil Yachty exists. No, he's a Young Thug. It's what we've done. To keep it fucking bold, this is what the fuck we've done. We've sold out. For what? For what? Nothing. To be a part of what? Something that still don't want your ass and tells you every fucking day how much they don't want you. It's unbelievable, man. Oprah fucking Winfrey went into a goddamn store and was looked at as if she was just another nigga. What was that, in France?
I believe so.
This was in France, a boutique she went into. They told Oprah, get the fuck out.
Yep.
Think they would have said that shit to Ellen? Come on, man. We know what time it is. This is what it is. The Lil Yachty exists. They don't feel like they gotta listen to the OGs. Because you irrelevant. You irrelevant. Irrelevant. Man,
you know,
I don't know, man. Y'all want to get into this? I mean, go ahead, Pete, my bad.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, the Magic that beat, you know I love this music shit, man. I can't let it die over the bullshit. Yo, don't think, make your own lane. Think for yourself. It's cats out there, you know what I mean? Like, for a little Yachty, there's a Jody Badass who just dropped a dope ass album. He's 19, 20 himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's music out there, man. Don't let them motherfuckers dictate what y'all listen to. It's cool to have a party. It's cool to jump up. It's cool to feel good after work. You know, it's Friday and shit. But every day is Friday. You know what I'm saying? You need the motivation. You need the other type of music to keep you going. And it's out there. You got to search for it. You got to look for it because they're not going to give it to you. Don't let them force feed what they're trying to fucking force feed, man. There's good music out there, and there's young cats that's trying to make it. And goddamn it, I might just be motivated to do it again. I don't know, but I'm just saying, there's music out there, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, man. And check out, man. Go underground, man. Go to YouTube, man. And there's, I mean, all other types of venues and different things and concerts that's in your community. You know what I'm saying, though, from artists that come in, man, and you know, and yeah, there's real music out here, though. But man, it's just. Oh man, evil is definitely the thing that seems to be always to the forefront, man. And you gotta dig and dig for the good, man. But it's there, and it's even more accessible to get. It's just not more advertised. It's accessible to get to that good, but it's not more advertised. And a lot of people follow the advertisements instead of following, you know what I'm saying, though, and trying to actually get to what's good or whatever, though. And black people, man, just at the end of the day, man, we got to start defining ourselves for ourselves.
Don't be a puppet.
All right, y'all, man. I wasn't gonna get to the sports question though, man. Y'all kind of want to leave that for next week. Y'all want to get into that? Y'all want to kind of briefly touch on that, or what's up?
What's good? What's the question?
You know, just to kind of get y'all thoughts. Draymond Green recently just had a whole was told that he was basically being compared to Charles Barkley. He took offense to it.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I ain't heard about this, man.
And just to kind of get y'all thoughts just a little bit though, do y'all think do you separate the athlete's greatness on the court or on the field to the person that he is off the field, or do they both matter when you're talking about the player?
Why was he?
Player himself?
Did he say why he was upset? Yeah, what happened? Why was he upset?
Well, the reason why he was upset because Draymond Green felt like it was disrespect, kind of like to his. I guess didn't feel like their games were necessarily similar, and it felt like what I'm saying though I'm me, like I'm Draymond Green. I'm not the next Charles Barkley. I'm the only Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying though, and so I understand it, but then it does feel like just a little bit that players, because a lot of other players who even had that comparison, our players do not like Charles Barkley the person, and they shouldn't. But but you know what I'm saying though, he was a great player. You know what I'm saying though. So is it do we compare? Do we give pass to players? I'm saying what they did on the court or on the field though, and not try to coincide with the person that they're off the field or off the court, or do both matter? Like who Ali was mattered on both ends. Bill Russell, Jabbar, and these people though. You know what I'm saying? Though Jordan is an asshole off the court. On the court, he was an asshole too, but he was a great player.
He was a great player. Absolutely.
And one of the greatest. Nobody really denies that though. And so, you know what I'm saying? How do y'all guys feel about that?
Look, man, I dig it. I hate comparisons sometimes, man. Like certain shit just doesn't need it. Certain shit just be said just for clickbait, man, because it ain't fucking necessary. Comparing Charles Barkley to Draymond or Draymond to Charles Barkley wasn't needed. It's fucking unnecessary, and it's fucking not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charles Barkley was nice, don't get it twisted, but, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna put him up there as one of the top. You know what I'm saying? And furthermore, he always bitching about... Top 50? I may give him top 50. You say top 50, yeah. I'm thinking you saying top 10 or something like that. I'm not.
I mean, but 50 is still, it's pretty.
But no, I'm just saying. He ain't disrespect. I don't think he disrespected me, man. He just said, I'm me. I'm Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Also, he talked shit about the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant talking about going over there to super teams and shit. But he did the same shit. You know, he left Philly, they went to Phoenix. You know what I mean? They went from Phoenix, they went to Houston. I mean, Clyde Drexler and Olajuwon and all that, he tried to get a ring too, so it's like you being a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes when you act that way, your personality and how you are going to tie into the game. Because he was also nice, and he also took the most, like, three-pointers in history of the league and was, like, the shittiest at it. I don't know why I don't know. But I'm not taking away from his niceness. He was definitely nice, but I'm not mad at Draymond for that, man.
Okay.
certain comparisons isn't needed, man.
Charles,
I'll say this for the record. I don't fuck with Draymond Green.
I
don't fuck with Draymond Green. I do not like that motherfucker on court. I don't know what he is off court, but on court, I despise that motherfucker. However,
he's been consistent. Charles has been consistent.
Absolutely.
However, I do agree with him 100% that it's disrespectful to compare him to another player. Like, and I think it goes down to an individual preference. Like, for example, if somebody was comparing me to, either Malcolm X or Martin King, I'm like, cool, that's what the fuck is up, right? You know what I mean? Like, but Draymond Green is like, nah, man, I'm not the next Charles Barkley. I'm the next Draymond Green. Don't fucking compare. Don't put me in that same category. We're two completely different players. And I respect that, right? Because he's confident in his skills and in his ability, and I'm even thinking to a level where that's disrespectful to Charles Barkley. I mean, I could be reaching here, and not in a negative, not in a negative context, but like, no, we're like two different completely players, right? That when he played basketball, the game is different than what I'm playing right now. It's more fast paced, right? The people are more athletic. It's more competitive. So for you to compare me to Charles Barkley, that's like a disrespect. That's like everything I'm working for is to match what Charles Barkley achieved. Like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to go past this. I'm trying to go past what this nigga did, right? I'm trying to break all types of records.
You got a ring.
Yeah, man.
That shit, man.
Nah, you good. You good, man. But yeah, so yeah, 100%. Even though I don't like Draymond Green on the court, I agree with him 100%. In his thought towards him being compared to Charles Barkley.
I mean, let's be honest here. I think what's missing in this is that I don't know Draymond Green personally, and he seems to be a very confident guy in his own skill set and sure of who he is, whether right or wrong. But I don't think Draymond Green would have been as angry if he was compared. I don't think he would have been as angry if he was compared to Karl Malone. And I hate fucking Karl Malone. I don't think he would have been as angry if he was compared to Kevin McHale. I don't think he would have been as... He don't like Charles Barkley. And he's right to not like Charles Barkley. Fuck Charles Barkley. Fuck him. But as a player, he was a great player. I mean, you know, you say Draymond has a ring. All right. So does Horace Grant.
You stupid? Nah, man. Nah.
I'm saying that Draymond Green has a ring, man. But let's not act. Draymond Green is a 14-point per game, 12, 13-point per game scorer. He's not a face of a franchise guy. Somebody said that. I think Skip Bayless said that Phoenix team would have went to the finals if they had Draymond Green. They wouldn't have got out of the first round.
Why are you doing that to the game, dude?
Draymond Green is not an MVP type player. He does not.
Come on, man.
He's the fourth best player on his team. I'm not going to sit here and act like Draymond Green. He's effective in his role on that team.
He did everything you need him to do.
He ain't no face of the franchise type guy.
No, man. He say he ain't no Michael Jordan now. Come on, dude. Come on, man.
Draymond Green has a ring. I agree with you. But I'm not going to look, I hate Charles Barkley.
You can lose to Klay Thomas. You can lose to Klay Thomas and keep the Draymond Green and still win the ring. But if you lose to Draymond Green, it might be an issue, man. Like, no, you got it. Draymond Green is like Scottie Pippen and Rodman in one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give him. You gotta give him that prop, man.
I've never heard Scottie Pippen be so disrespected until LeBron got
man.
I promise you. When LeBron went to the Heat, somehow being Scottie Pippen became a diss. Because that's a fucking diss to say that Draymond Green is Scottie Pippen.
Oh, shit.
Are you serious?
Come on, man. I'm looking at the facts, man. I'm not coming on this no
game score, and you're comparing him to Scottie Pippen.
You're looking at his points. You're not talking about his team. You're not talking about his rebounds. You're not talking about his defense game. You're not talking about his defense. You're not talking about none of that shit. All you're talking about is the scorer. Dude does everything that he's supposed to do.
Plus he could score.
Draymond don't have to score.
Scottie Pippen gave you 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals a game, and gave you better over a block a game.
Dude, Draymond didn't give you a 23 points a game. What are you talking about? Draymond Green, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Draymond Green, and I even hate the fact that they try to use that Draymond Green because he missed Game 5.
Let me
tell you something. Like your boy Shannon Sharp said, Draymond Green played Games 3, Game 6, and Game 7, and they fucking lost. Draymond Green. Draymond Green is great at his role. Draymond Green don't lead a franchise.
That loss was his fault. That was all him. It wasn't because Steph Curry pumped. Draymond, you're talking about like he played all the other games, so the loss was him. Like Stephen Curry didn't disappear in the fucking finals. Like, come on, man.
Curry, but that's another subject for another day. Oh, we can discuss that all day. I'm talking about specifically Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a very good player. Draymond Green has been the benefactor of being on a great team. But even on a great team, he's 3rd or 4th best player.
You don't gotta be the number 2 player. This guy. Okay, man.
Scottie Pippen? Are you serious?
He's taking it.
Well, if you were saying Draymond Green and, I don't know, Zach Randolph.
Nigga said Zach Randolph.
He's tripping, man. Like, he's working the fuck out right now, man. Like, come on, dude.
Nigga, you just compared Draymond Green to Scottie Pippen and
like, what else do I gotta say? He's been there averaging triple every fucking game. You talking about
Draymond Green is a great utility player who does a lot of stuff good. I'll give you that. But he ain't Scottie. Are you out of your? You saying that Jordan and Draymond Green would have won a championship?
You saying the man Zach Randolph, dude? Like, you blatant disrespect this man. I don't understand.
Are you saying that Draymond Green and Jordan would have won 6 championships?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's really what I'm saying. What do you mean?
Nigga, they barely beat Cleveland when he had Matthew Dellavedova and goddamn Timothy Mozgov. They barely beat them. And it was Andre Iguodala who got the goddamn MVP.
All right.
Please, cut it out. Cut it out, brother.
All right, man. You got it.
Draymond Green could never be a face of a franchise. You would
think
Draymond Green is a face of a franchise?
Why do you have to be a face of the franchise, though, dude? You don't have to do that. Scottie Pippen wasn't a face of the franchise. Scottie Pippen wasn't a face of the franchise.
He couldn't be second fiddle. He couldn't be second fiddle. Draymond Green is the better than Paul Millsap. Get real. Nigga, he's saying that because he has a ring. I'm saying that Draymond Green is not. Look at them statistically. Draymond Green and all these other players I've just named, he's no better than them. He's no better than them. He's in a better system. See, Draymond Green does not do what he does. Period. And he's still not.
What does that mean when you say we're in a better system? Like you balling, you supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Like I haven't seen him on another team. Like y'all can say that all you want. What I'm saying is Zach Randolph, Paul Millsap, niggas is nice, but they don't damn near average a triple-double. They don't make an impact on defense either. Fucking Paul Millsap, come on, bro. They don't make an impact on defense either. He's a two-way player at that. Like, come on, man.
First of all, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol have been to two Western Conference Finals with no perimeter play, with absolutely no perimeter play at all. At all. Let me tell you something. Draymond Green was the dude you say he was. There's no need to get Kevin Durant. You might as well just shore up your bench. You just shore up your bench.
Nah, man.
It's like the Bulls did.
Nah, man.
All you do is shore up. You got Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. You got Draymond Green to shore up your bench.
That man, come on, man.
I'm not saying don't get Kevin Durant, but I'm saying if Draymond Green is the dude you say that he is, if it's the dude you say that he is, Pete, all you have to do is shore up your bench, and you go ahead and you get back. You went 73-9 with that same success. So obviously you saw something. You couldn't beat LeBron, and you probably couldn't get past the Spurs. And you were damn sure, and you barely got lucky to get past the Thunder. Look, dude, it is what it is, man. Draymond Green is not. He's not. He is not that dude. But he is.
This is a great show.
He's nice, but he's not that dude.
My brothers,
he's not that dude.
This is beautiful. This is a beautiful show.
He's not that dude.
You did, man.
You think so? I mean, look, good luck. So, good luck. So you adding Draymond Green to a team or whatever, though. That's decent. You add him on, and then you think you're gonna go ahead and just win a championship without having him in the great system. Go ahead. Good luck.
You put Draymond in Boston, they go to the finals.
You said who? I said who? In Boston? I said Jordan.
Okay. I thought we said I didn't hear Jordan.
I said Jordan wouldn't have been Pippen. I said nothing about Boston. I mean, what Boston team were you talking about? In the 80s or with Kevin Garnett?
I thought we was. No, we good, man. My bad. That's my bad.
Hell no!
My bad.
Nobody's getting past LeBron. Good luck. Draymond Green, please. Good luck. Good luck, Chief.
Yeah, man.
Well, man, look, man. You know how me and Pete get. Everybody's like, these niggas. But you know how we get, though, man. Today, though, man, in all seriousness, though, man, we touched on some very powerful subject matters, obviously talking and ranging from talking about, though, police brutality, police murder. I don't want to use the word brutality, though, because, brutality can be a, very, it can go so many different directions, though. Murder to, though, abuse against women and how you think about that, and the whole Joe Mixon situation, and then the whole thing about hip-hop and things of that nature, though, and obviously talking about the presidency. what's going on within the last 100 so days of his presidency. And, you know, we're going to touch on varying different topics as the weeks go on, though, man. So, man, thank y'all for listening, man. You know, Pete, man, you got any words to say before we go ahead and close out, my brother?
Hey, man, 2 fingers means peace. Great show today, gentlemen. Let's keep it going, man. We got something to say. Y'all gonna hear us, man. The Common Sense Experience every Friday. Black Podcasters Network. Stand up. We coming.
No doubt. Chuck Webb, baby.
Yeah, man. Great conversation today, man. You know, I really enjoyed it, man. And say, you know, we, you know, we're slowly but surely growing. You know, hopefully within some time this year, you know, we'll be adding some more shows to the network. You know, we have this, you know, Common Sense Experience. Then we also have the Intellectual Dummies, which airs on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, just watch out for us, man. We're definitely coming, slowly but surely.
Man, yeah, man. You know, check us out, man. As always, man, every Friday, 8 a.m., you know what I'm saying, no Common Sense Experience. You know how we do it, man. Giving y'all that real as always. Yeah, I know God loves y'all. I barely tolerate y'all, though, man. You know, just keep giving y'all that real, man. Like Charles said, check out Intellectual Dummies. Also, you know what I'm saying, though, you know what I'm saying, another show that's out, man. We gonna tell you, we can't stop, won't stop, right? You know what I'm saying? We got our boys right now, The Stoop is the name of this show. Check that out. You know what I'm saying? The acronym STOOP. Dots. You know what I'm saying? Don't check that out. My boy Jason, boy Doug, and they boy forget his name. Well, his Facebook name Accidents Lee. So check that out, man. The Stoop, man. You know what I'm saying? On a live show, they talk about sports and entertainment and other varying topics as well, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Though, this is the movement. Like we said, man, we keeping this joint going, though. Black Podcasters Network all day, though. And, you know what I'm saying, though? Peace the fuck out. And as always, fuck Charles Barkley. All right, Peace.